Hey there, elegant listeners, and welcome to Go, My Favorite Sports Team, the podcast that has your heart pounding, your joy and excitement for sports elated. That's right. We're here to, what is that face? We're here to inform you and tell you all about the sports world. I'm Tyler Scheid, and I'm joined by Markiplier, who seems disgusted at how I described our podcast.
What the fuck is this? Your tits are going to be flaring. Your groin's going to be inflamed. Your
Your sports spirit aroused.
No, you're gonna have a sport boner today. He's been practicing his shake weight and he's ready to show you.
Whoa, body blade, get it right.
He's gonna body blade you
with that body of mass.
I don't like this.
You want me to redo the intro?
No.
Okay.
He'll do it worse.
You're probably right. But today we're going to jump into some news, some stuff that's going on in the world. Mark, hop right into it.
Okay, we got so many things happening that probably happened before this episode came out. But in interesting news that actually is kind of side related to most sport things where it's actually not a sport event. Fox Sports canceled 3 shows.
3?
3.
Oh, there have been a number of like shows, like Inside NBA, I think is gone.
And I think this all comes down to like ratings in as far as viewership in sports is going down. Attendance at events is going down.
Specifically the NBA.
And entertainment in general is having a bit of a rough patch because they can't figure out what the hell they're doing. And YouTube's coming up and everyone's like, oh man, YouTube. Hey, YouTube's not so bad.
People are moving to on-demand streaming versus TV and
in reality,
television.
what I think it reveals is less so that it's that there's less opportunities. It's like people are just at the top. They're just horrifically inefficient, outrageously inefficient in terms of like it's what they're spending on, why they're spending on it, what they're focusing on.
I also think they're not bringing in like top tier talent. They're bringing in big names like former athletes, but they're not necessarily the best people to talk about the topics at hand. They're the Tom Brady, great player.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand him as a broadcaster. That's my personal opinion.
Well, you didn't like him as a player either, so I don't know if
Well, I didn't like how the media portrayed him as a player. I think he was a good player. I think he had a great work ethic.
Okay, all right.
I just don't think he's what everyone says he is.
Anyway, it just seems like everything is ESPN instead of, and there's like all the, I think there was another thing where TBS,
Inside the NBA, I think is that, or is it TNT?
TNT. I think it was TNT. Yeah, they had some long-running thing with the NBA, and then, of course, it's moved over to, I believe, ESPN, because that's where all the money is, and that's who has all the money, and where money goes, and then, hey, that's one less other show for competition, and then you got a fun monopoly, and everyone loves a monopoly.
Yeah, it's just Disney-owned.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, whatever. It's interesting to see that they had the Speak, Breakfast Ball, and the facility, none of which I've seen.
I've never even heard of.
Exactly.
I'm a sports person. I haven't even heard of those.
But I'm like, what this makes me think is like, how many sports shows do you need?
Yeah.
You need like the ones showing the game, pregame, after game, our podcast. That's basically all the entertainment. Cancel every other one.
Yeah. This is the only one you need.
Yeah. You hear me, Matt McAfee? You hack.
You hear us, The Ringer?
Who?
It's a show. You hear us, Barstool Sports?
Are they really? I always thought they weren't actually sports.
They were sports initially. Then they've branched into like God knows everything else. They're the drama channel. They talk about Love Island now.
Do they?
They talk about celebrity drama.
Unlike us, which stay on perfect topic of sports.
Yeah, we never
week,
talked about Taylor Swift. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, that was sports news.
It
Come
was
on,
sports
that
news.
was sports
Yeah.
news. Yeah. Oh, he's the pizza guy. That's right.
Yeah, the one bite, everyone knows the rules, and then he takes like 7 bites.
Right.
So dumb. I cannot stand him. One bite, everyone knows the rules.
It's like that guy on TikTok who was like has to swallow food whole and then he ruptured his throat or something. Yeah, like, the rules.
Oh yeah.
And he just has to swallow. So it looks like he's dying every TikTok.
Oh my god. I've seen that. That is one of those things where some people just get known for something and then they don't know when to stop.
Yeah, I mean, not many people know when to stop, and I'm one to talk. I hope to roll into the grave doing what I'm doing or whatever the hell I decide to do next. But at the same time, then not many people evolve as they're doing it. So
Yeah, they're just trying to do the same thing bigger that can become a problem.
yeah, that does get tricky after a while. It's a fine line to walk. Not many people do it. I'm not saying no one does it, but not many people do it quite like our podcast does it. We walk that line every week. Are we going to be canceled? Are we going to?
Oh. It's like we're toying with the foul line in baseball.
Say the slur!
The green?
See, we're walking that line. What is the grink?
It's a quote.
That's the second episode in a row you've said the grink, and I don't know what that means.
That clip just got aired because we finally got clips going again, and I posted it, and so it's fresh in my mind. It's when I accidentally was talking about Greeks versus Romans, and they liked war and how they canceled war, and I said grinks accidentally, and you're like, "Oh man, you can't call them that." Oh, right. And you literally, the Greek, and you did this motion.
Look, I must have been tired that day. I don't think I had any part of what he's saying at all. We're walking the line. One of us canceled, one of us not.
Who do you know? It's going to be the one that goes.
That was good. That was good. Yeah. All right. There's so much more other news. There was only one.
The All-Star baseball All-Star game happened, which was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The National League ended up getting up, I think it was 6-0, and then the American League came back and tied it. And for the first time, it went to the tiebreaker home run derby. So instead of playing extra innings in the All-Star game, they decided tiebreakers would be decided by home run derby. Mm-hmm. And that also got intense because it was tied again after the first round of home run derby, and then the National League pulled it out and won by one extra home run. It was insane.
It was insane.
And also the Seattle Mariners, since Ken Griffey Jr. won the home run derby, had their first player since then, and only the second player from their team ever to win the home run derby this year.
That's big. That's very big.
Yep.
So in Caitlin Clark news, besides what you were talking about, there was the fan vote for the WNBA All-Star Game, right?
Yes.
Which had 1,293,536 votes.
Which is the most in their history.
Caitlin Clark was ranked 9th amongst fellow players. Her fellow players voted her to be 9th among guards, which is fascinating.
That is very fascinating.
It's just so fascinating how much they don't like her.
Yeah.
It's so fast. They fucking hate her. And have you ever seen a situation like this in other sports or in other teams, male, female, where one player is hated? Just hated by everyone else in the league.
I've seen it, but usually it's because they're like, for example, Vontaze Burfict, who was a linebacker for the Bengals, notably one of the dirtiest players to play in the NFL, literally got kicked out of the NFL after a major targeting of a player.
Okay.
Hated. He was good,
mm-hmm.
but people hated him because he was dirty. This is such a different reasoning.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, I've never seen her do anything dirty.
Uh-huh.
Like, she'll trash talk, usually because she's getting beat up or somebody else starts it. But, like, I have not seen her do anything outside of the norm of an athlete just performing and focusing on being good at the sport. I mean, she doesn't engage on social media. She doesn't talk bad about any other player, no matter what happens to her.
Yeah.
Like, and yet she's treated like such shit.
Yep. And we're not even saying like there's arguments to be made in like certain metrics of players and stuff. It's like she's just not respected amongst the other players there.
And I could see it as 9th like amongst all players, but 9th amongst guards is obscene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, what the good news? Well, I mean, we'll see how long the good news lasts with Caitlin Clark getting injured.
Yeah.
Is there were 19 players? I'm not the exact. Let me make sure I got this actually right, because I don't know if I'm reading this correctly. Oh, wait, no. I think I might have gotten the number of votes that she had wrong. But anyway, so there's 19 players that have over 100,000 votes this year for that ranking that in 2023 had 0 votes, which just goes to show how many more people have their eyes on the WNBA than pre-Caitlin Clark. From going 19 players, from 0 fan votes to over 100,000.
Yeah.
It's a big jump. It's a very big jump. Yeah, I don't know where I got that other number from. The actual number for Caitlin Clark is 515,993. Where'd the one?
You were
I think
talking
a
about the
one
total
got it.
votes, I think.
Maybe. I think a 1 got tacked onto there somehow. I don't know where. Probably some AI summary.
Yeah, but Caitlin Clark was named a captain for selecting the teams and picking the players, which was huge. I think her first pick was her teammate, Aliyah Boston, who is a phenomenal player in her own right. But Caitlin Clark also got Asia Wilson, and I'm looking at the other team. Like, they got Paige Buchers, which, by the way, is the rookie sensation this year.
Mm-hmm.
She has been doing a phenomenal job in every aspect of the game. I know Angel Reese gets a lot of rebounds, but I am amazed that she's in the All-Star game.
She gets a lot of her own rebounds.
That's what I'm saying. Her shooting percentage is obscene. The turnovers, like some of the lazy plays I've seen from her too, like, it just fascinates me. I think she has a lot to work on in her basketball game as a character and attention seeker in bringing attention towards the sport, simply because of she being a talker and the most following on Instagram and other stuff. Sure, but I don't think she's a top player in the WNBA.
Are we canceled or are we not? Okay, so more news. Well, you go if you got something.
I talked about the All-Star game. I don't currently have another thing right now.
I got more Caitlin Clark news. No, I'm not going to. Shane Gillis made a joke on ESPN, something. I don't even remember what it was.
The ESPYs. Yeah, the ESPYs happened.
Right. Anyway, whatever.
The funniest thing from the ESPYs was Saquon Barkley won an ESPY because of his backwards hurdle.
Oh, yeah?
And so a teammate of his accepted the award in his honor because he had other stuff going on. He didn't show up. And he said Saquon would be up here telling him it's a team thing. This was a team earned thing because the team helped him hurdle this many feet in the air over a player backwards. I was like, that's great. I love that you're quoting that because I think it was another guy for the Eagles. I think he's an offensive lineman. I'm not certain. And so him saying basically what Saquon would have said, like, huge shout out to the team, go Birds, because he's an Eagles player. And the fact that he's like, yeah, and the team propelled him this many feet in the air. It was funny to me. It was a great line. I think he made a better joke than any of the Shane Gillis ones, honestly.
That's fine. That's understandable. All right. International news. Man, here we fucking go. Are we canceled or are we not? Curtis Camphor makes cricket history. Ireland's Curtis Camphor achieved the impossible on July 11th by becoming the first male professional cricketer to take 5 wickets in 5 consecutive balls.
He bowled 5 consecutive balls and hit the wicket.
5 wickets in 5 consecutive balls.
Bowls.
It says balls, but bowls.
It's bowls. So he was pitching or bowling.
This said, headline, 5 wickets in 5 balls. That's what it says.
Well, then he hit the wicket 5 times.
This is ESPNcricinfo.com by ESPN Cricket. This sounds like a fake website. This sounds like a made-up website. Because the first man, which I guess there must have been a woman that has done this, he achieved the feat for Munster Reds against Northwest Warriors in the Interprovincial T20 Trophy, finishing with 5 for 16 from 2.3 overs. Long, silly, long, silly, long. Long, silly, long.
What is this?
Long, silly, long. Silly, long. Oh man. Jared Wilson, the first of the 5 wickets, was out off the penultimate delivery of the 12th over when Camphor got the ball to swing in and crash into off stump. Next ball, Grant Hume was trapped LBW on the back foot. What is it? As another in-swinger hit him in the pads. That put Camphor on a hat trick at the start of his next over, and it came to Andy McBride miscued a slog towards deep mid-wicket on the first ball of the 14th over. I swear, I read these cricket headlines week after week, and they make less sense every time I read them.
Well, hitting the pads means the batsman probably accidentally hit the catcher. And
Then say that. Say that. Another in-swinger hit him on the pads. What do you mean? Anyway, that's cricket update. Someone won or lost. I don't know.
33 minutes ago, breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Out of Los Angeles Chargers training camp as Mike Williams suddenly announces his retirement from football.
Oh!
He's a veteran standout wide receiver, and he suddenly has announced his retirement, thus causing the organization to reverse course and make sure and get their second-round pick, who is a receiver, signed as soon as possible in order to make up for that lost spot, as Mike Williams is no longer going to be playing this year.
That's a shame. Sidebar.
Hmm?
Have you seen any crows or ravens around here?
A ton of them, yeah.
Okay, are they ravens or are they crows?
They're crows.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Because by our house, we have for sure ravens, but I did not know.
So ravens usually only hang out as one or two. If they show up in more than that, it's usually a crow.
We know these are ravens because it was two, and then they nested in the tree above us, and now there are four. And now one's gone and it's three, which is like the mother, the father, and the two babies. Now, everyone doesn't seem to get what I'm trying to say online, which is there's a saying that's like, if you have to ask, it's a crow. If it's a raven, you will know. I didn't fucking know if it was a raven or a crow, but it's a raven. And people don't seem to, people are like, the saying is not hard to get, Mark. If it's a raven, you'll know. And I'm like, what I'm saying is the saying doesn't cover all contingencies.
No,
because
it doesn't.
It's definitely a raven, and I still didn't know. It wasn't so big that it was so obvious. People
Because the crows are also huge here.
they're big crows.
They're big-ass
or they're
crows.
small ravens. And everyone was like, when Bob said, it's like, yeah, it's like the size of a red-tailed hawk. And I went, yeah, it is. And then people were upset about that. And I'm like, I literally have red-tailed hawks also by my house. I've seen one in a tree next to another in a tree. They fight. They're the same size. I don't know. My reality is not clicking with people in there. They're like, you don't get the saying, Mark. The saying is so easy to understand. And I know it's easy for your pea brain that's never seen a raven and a crow and a red-tailed hawk in the same place at the same time, but I don't know which is which. Starting to think the hawk's a crow now. You
This
never
is
know.
also crazy to me because I had this yelled at me when I went on stream because I fed the crows near me, and I was like, I don't know what they are. They're a corvid, but I can't tell if it's a raven or a crow. And they're like, well, this thing. And I'm like,
You definitely
I
know.
literally am looking at pictures of them next to each other. It's like the beak shape. It's the sound they make. And I'm like, ravens can fucking mimic other sounds. Like, what do you mean?
Man, it's just because there's a saying doesn't mean it's obvious. People act like the Raven's gonna be a B-52 bomber just blocking out the sun. Just
You know what's really cool though? In Alaska, I saw a bunch of bald eagles, which is normal, but I saw a like young golden eagle. Golden eagles are the biggest of the eagles, but it was just it was a young golden eagle, and it was flying over as I went back to the airport to fly back here. Which Alaska, you want to see eagles? Go to fucking Alaska.
You want to see beautiful shit, apparently. I've never been, but I want to go.
Also, you know it's all insanely stupid still? The red-tailed hawk is the sound that Americans use for the eagle.
Oh, yeah.
It's so dumb.
Which is crazy because the reason I know I have red-tailed hawks near me is I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. It's like, wow, that is America.
Which is also, I think somebody even suggested that the eagle should not have been the bird for the United States, and somebody fought him on it, and then they heard the sound of it, and they're like, we can't use this sound.
Look, I love the ball-headed eagle is just beautiful. That's America. I'm okay with that. We're also built on lies, so it's fine. Look, I love America. I'm not on board with all the America hate because I believe that America...
The Constitution, the true America.
I almost said it. We canceled. We're not. Yeah, that's a tricky part.
You almost fell for your own trap.
I fell for it. Ooh, a red pill.
Ooh, there goes my career.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm big on America. I believe in big America. Big natural America is what I'm saying. That's what we need more of. So the Eagle's good in my book.
The northernmost rainforest in the world. That's what's good in my book.
Yep. What's one?
That's in Alaska, the northernmost rainforest. I hiked in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Northernmost rain. Alaska seems like a mythical place. I don't even understand. Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, I guess also because now that I'm thinking about it, Seattle, a lot of that would be considered rainforest because it rains so goddamn much. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
I was right down there below Anchorage in the northernmost part of what is considered rainforest.
Beautiful.
It was wonderful. By the way, I also hiked on the historic Iditarod Trail.
Iditarod. That's the dog sled.
Yep, that was really cool.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Which was news. But now we're going to get into baseball stories. Now, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game just happened. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. A lot of new formats with relating to the game and some other stuff that's going on. And baseball has been growing massively. There are more Japanese and Korean players in the league now than there have ever been. And so it's actually with the new advent of the pitching clock and speeding up the game for television, more people are tuning in across the world. But that doesn't mean we can't go back in time to witness America's pastime of fun baseball stories.
I'm ready. Give it to me.
All right. For all the love we've shown baseball, reputation being born at times, you'll never expect some of these chaotic baseball games that are legendary.
Can I sidebar real quick? Sorry to interrupt. This is great. You're on a great roll. I'm on the subreddit, right?
Yeah.
I got an advertisement that says build submarines.
What?
I'm clicking on it. Sorry, I just gotta go. I might need to make a switch here. Want to build submarines? Holy shit.
Are we gonna do a video building submarines?
I don't know, man. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, let's build a submarine.
Wait for creators. For additive manufacturing creators. I can't 3D print a submarine. I know what happens when you do that. No. All right, anyway, sorry. Just
my PS2 controller can't handle it.
It was an Xbox Mad Cats.
So. Oh, okay, well.
Right, anyway. So, I'm sorry. I just got so distracted by that.
Chaotic baseball games that have become legendary today. The first of which, the Tri-Cornered baseball game. 3 teams playing in one baseball game. Now, how did this crazy thing happen, do you think?
It was like Chinese checkers, but with baseball.
Baseball?
Okay. All right.
I slip up a bunch. Let me get one.
Yeah, but I have a speech impediment.
So did I.
Yeah, I still do.
Oh, then I still do. How do you think it happened?
3 teams?
3 teams.
That doesn't even make sense. It's not like 2 games happening. Do they turn around and pitch to the other side? I don't know. What do they do? Do they treat the second base as like home plate for another team?
All right. So the way that it worked, it was 9 innings.
Uh-huh.
You had one team playing field and bat that one inning while the other team sat out. Then the team that was sitting out would shift in and play against one of the teams that initially played. So, for example, this game was played between the Giants, Dodgers, and Yankees, which at the time were all in New York.
I'm still trying to pair up my head about what do you mean one sat out?
All right. So you have the top and the bottom of the inning, right? Where one team fields and one team bats.
Yeah.
For example, the Dodgers were playing the Yankees in the first inning. Dodgers were in the field and the Yankees were at bat.
D in the field, Y at the bat.
Yep. And then in the bottom of the inning, Y in the field, D at bat.
Well, that's still 2 teams.
No, but here's where it switches. The Giants sat out that entire first inning. The next inning, it was D in the field, Giants at bat. And then Giants in the field, Dodgers at bat. Well, the Yankees sat out. Then in the third inning, it became the Yankees in the field with the Giants at bat and the Giants in the field and the Yankees at bat. And then it would switch back and they would do that order 3 times over.
So it wasn't 2 games. It was 3 games were happening because it has to be the Dodgers and Yankees are fighting each other. Yankees. It's 2 games. Oh,
no, it isn't. Dodgers versus Yankees, Dodgers versus Giants, Yankees versus Giants, Yankees versus...
No, yeah, it is 3 games. Dodgers versus Yankees versus Giants, Giants
4.
versus Dodgers.
4. Dodgers versus Giants, Dodgers... No, it's 3.
It's a try. There's 3 teams or 3 games.
3 and 3 is 3.
3 strikes are out. 4 balls. Nope. 3.
Yankees, Dodgers, Dodgers, Giants, Yankees, Giants. 3 games.
Yeah. DY, YG, GD.
Yes. Good God. All right. So through it, though, they were determining based on overall runs who actually won that game. One team came out the victor. Even though it was 3 games in one, only one team won. And it was whoever scored the most runs.
When was this? This sounds awesome. I'm so on board for this. But when was this?
This was in the middle of World War II, while there was a constant need for money to supply troops who were out there punching Nazis in Europe. Newspaper articles, traveling shows, appeals from famous athletes of the day to buy war bonds. But the biggest fundraising event, one of them, was a baseball game like no other, held on June 26, 1944 in New York. The tri-cornered game, unlike regular baseball, 3 teams competing against each other at the same time. The New York Giants, the New York Yankees, and the Brooklyn Dodgers.
They should reenact this.
Yes.
This sounds awesome. Why wouldn't they do this?
So all 3 teams are fielding, hitting, scoring, and trying to win the title of New York's best team. Logistics were hard to figure out, and like I described, it was the Dodgers, Yankees in the first inning, Dodgers, Giants in the second inning, Yankees, Giants in the third inning. Then it went to, I got to show you this.
What was the fan response? Like, did the actual fans enjoy it?
Yes.
Good. I thought, I
yes. So it was one of the best sales of war bonds, but this is what I'm talking about. You see, the Dodgers are, at this point right now, in the first inning, Dodgers are the home team. Dodgers remain the home team against the Giants. Then the Yankees are the home team against the Giants because it's top, bottom in the inning. But then it flips. The Yankees are now the home team against the Dodgers because the Dodgers are first. Now the Giants are the home team. Now the Giants are also the home team here. But then the Dodgers flip back to being the home team against the Yankees, and then the home team against the Giants, and then the Yankees against the Giants. So all 3 teams are sharing the field each inning trying to score the most runs. And I do not know how they scored this because also outs should matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're playing against, it's 3 teams.
The jigsaw puzzle of working out this procedure baffled the best minds of the game until they called upon a mathematics professor at Columbia University, Paul A. Smith. Without scratching his head for more than a few hundred times, the professor came up with the following layout, which calls for 18 half innings to be played.
Yeah, these are 18 half innings because it's 9 innings. And each inning has a half, so 18 halves.
Oh, so it's a normal game.
Yeah, it's a normal game. I don't know why they worded it
Why
that
did they
way.
hire this guy? Wasn't a mathematician.
Well, it's a quote. As Major League Baseball starts its 10th week of its campaign, Greater New York's 3 local clubs will pause in their serious pursuit of pennants for the most serious pursuit of war bond dollars.
It's hot.
You want to go turn down the AC?
It's hot. Do it for me.
Okay.
Please. It's so hot.
Complain some more how many people are thirsting after you on the internet.
What? You want this podcast to be sexual so bad.
No, I don't.
You started it off.
I did nothing.
All sexual.
No. Well, we are talking about a baseball threesome right now, so.
See? It's not a threesome. One's sitting out the whole time. It's a rotating cuckold ship. One watches.
I think the term for that is hot husband, hot wife or something. I don't fucking know.
What? What the fuck?
I don't know, dude. Things are weird. But anyway, the ticket sales for the game were war bonds. That's what I was talking about earlier. And almost 50,000 baseball fans bought tickets to the game. $4.4 million raised from this single game in war bonds, which today would be worth $80 million.
I love, I just actually looked at the illustration.
Yes.
Which is beautiful. It's Giants, Yankees looking like real baseball players, and then our bums as the Dodgers, which I'm guessing is lovingly like our terrible team comparatively. But man, that's really fun. I like this drawing. It's
which
really
is
good.
also crazy to me. Two of those teams, the Giants are now in San Francisco. The Dodgers are now here in LA. Only the Yankees remain as New York.
They're our bums now.
Yeah.
How does a war bond even work? I've heard of war bonds so much, I don't even understand how they work. They're said all the time in movies.
I believe it was like you pay money, you invest into the government to fund it in the moment, and then you get paid back based off of like it's like buying government bonds. It's an investment.
Right. Okay.
So it's giving them money in the current, but then they pay you back later.
Finance is so interesting in the way that they like have to get, because the money only works if it trades hands. That's the whole thing about money, is like it only works when it goes from one person to another. It doesn't matter who that's going to, as long as it's moving, right? And people believe that the value's going. But interesting because like, yeah, government, you can buy bonds and they have an interest rate, and usually people are like, invest in the stock market, but you'll get a certain percentage. It's guaranteed, right? Well, guaranteed. Unless
there's a new one called I-bonds, which is based on inflation. Because I bought those back a while ago because inflation was really high, because I was getting a greater return than even the stock market was getting, because it was a guaranteed like 9% or something because of how high it was.
Hey, GameStop's still going to go to the moon. I'm going to make a fortune.
Hodl. Diamond hands. But not only was this game as chaotic as we described, but there were also pre-game festivities. An hour or so before the game, 500 wounded servicemen were scheduled to arrive to watch the game. For entertainment, a baseball hitting contest was held, and an 18-year-old rookie pitcher for Brooklyn named Calvin Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuscaloma McLish, Cal for short. No, it's Julius Caesar Tuscaloma McLish.
Who are you even talking about?
No, this is the full name. I'm literally the 18-year-old rookie pitcher for Brooklyn named Calvin Coolidge Julius Caesar Tuscaloma McLish. That's his full freaking name.
Wow.
It's 6 names. They called him Cal for short. He won the event with a 416-foot 5-inch shot with the baseball hitting contest, longest hit. There was also a throwing for accuracy competition for catchers where the Dodgers' Bobby Bragan came closest to throwing the ball from home plate into a barrel at second place, besting 5 other catchers. And then there were 3 heats in a sprint contest. Snuffy Sternweiss, who would go on to lead the American League in stolen bases in 1944, beat the Giants' Johnny Rucker, posting a time of 7.8 seconds running the sprint. I believe probably was a baseline. In the other 2 heats, Dodgers sprinters Eddie McSiss won against Giants' Buddy Kerr, and Luis Olmo bested the Yankees' Johnny Lindell. So they were basically doing track and field. They're doing darts with throwing it into a barrel, or cornhole, as we know today. And then they were doing hit ball far. So longest drive.
Hit ball far?
Hit ball far.
Yeah, you know how to play hit ball far?
You hit ball and go far.
Hopefully.
Or you miss ball and go backwards and you lose points. And then during infield practice, just before the game started, the baseball star turned clown Al Shacht. How do you say Schacht?
Shasht.
Entertained the crowd, followed by a musical performance by Manhattan Beach-based United States Coast Guard Band. Many former baseball stars at the time were invited to the game, including Babe Ruth, who was scheduled to appear, but he did not show up.
Yeah, damn.
So, how did the game go? Well, Dodgers and Yankees squeezed into the visitors' dugout while the Giants played from the home dugout. The Giants got lap of luxury while the other 2 got to share space. Like all the major league teams at the time, the 3 New York teams had the most of their players fighting in the war, resulting in most of the time 16-year-olds playing alongside 41-year-old veterans. Mel Ott started the game for the Dodgers as a right fielder and was credited with a putout, which isn't just an out. Brooklyn pitcher Ralph Branca was the 3rd pitcher for the Dodgers. 70 years after the game, he called, "We got a great crowd for players in the game. What was happening was very strange. 3 teams playing in 1 inning game, but you couldn't beat the cause." The New York Daily News commented that the game was the wackiest diamond battle ever conceived, and the spectators were amused and confused. During the game, the Yankees managed a single run, and the Giants only got 2 hits and were shut out. New York Times wrote, opposed by the Yankees in the first inning, the Dodgers immediately got off on the right foot by clipping Al Lyons for a run on a trio of singles by Goody Rosen, Augie Gallen, and Dixie Walker. Walker unfortunately pulled a leg muscle, and future Hall of Famer Paul Wanner replaced him in right field. Second inning, the Dodgers batted again, this time against the Giants. Mickey Owen worked a walk, and Eddie Stanky hit a double, driving in Owen. And the Dodgers had 2 more runs, and in the 8th, battling against Frank Seward and the Giants, Brooklyn's Luis Almo singled. Buddy Kerr made 2 errors for the Giants against the Yankees in the 9th, allowed the Yankees to score their only run. And if you're keeping score, the Dodgers were crushing the competition, 5 runs. Yankees had 1, Giants 0.
I was not following.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Didn't hear a word you said that whole time.
But the Dodgers didn't even stick around to see their victory. The team had to leave before the end of the 9th to catch a train to make it to Chicago for a June 28th doubleheader because they weren't even playing in the final inning. And that's the story of tri-cornered baseball.
Wow, that was quite a story.
Now we have another story.
All right.
That's crazier. 10-cent beer night.
10-cent beer?
10-cent beer night.
What year? What year is it?
1974.
Okay, yeah, no, that's probably even with inflation, that'd probably still be.
Yeah. Guess what state?
Minnesota.
Nope.
Milwaukee.
Nope. Ohio.
Oh.
June 4th, 1974, fans of the Cleveland Guardians, then known as the Cleveland Indians, were already riled up. Just 6 days earlier, there had been a bench-clearing brawl between the Guardians and the Texas Rangers.
Great.
So the fans attending the rematch were out for blood. And they're not the Guardians. I'm just going to say Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Cleveland against the Texas Rangers.
What were they before?
You know what they were. Are we canceled? Are we not? Fans were eager to see the rematch, by the way, because this game was again against the Texas Rangers. Right. And Cleveland decided 10-cent beers, baby.
What are they normally? In
1974, beer at a Cleveland.
1974 beer. This is going to give me that story, but I'm
around 65 cents was the average.
And that's average for ballpark beer was 65 cents. So this is a steep discount.
Yes.
But can you imagine paying 65 cents for any kind of drink at any kind of event?
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone alcohol?
Yeah.
So around 25,000 fans came to enjoy the cheap beer in baseball, twice the number that were expected. Fans would get 6 12-ounce cups of beer per purchase for 10 cents each. They could buy 6.
6?
6
each purchase?
6.
Holy shit.
And there was no limit on the number of purchases.
Oh, of course. Why would they do that?
It's in here. At the time, a cup of beer was 69 cents, so 10 cents was quite the deal. As the game began, a storm was brewing in the stands. Mm-hmm. Couldn't possibly have anything to do with the alcohol.
Storm was brewing in the bathrooms, too. I can't imagine what that was like.
Discounted beer served was supposed to have 3.2%, but some regular beer, because that's why 3.2 beers existed. Do you know about that at the time? The alcohol per volume. There were 3.2 beers that you were able to buy if you were below a certain age. You could only buy 3.2 beer. And if you got above a certain age, then you could buy a full body beer, which was around 5 to 6% alcohol per volume.
Okay.
But apparently some regular beer that was 5 to 6% got mixed in instead of it all being 3.2 beer.
Uh-huh.
So what do you get when you mix an antsy crowd that just saw a bench-clearing brawl against the Texas Rangers the last time they met and intoxication?
Intoxication?
Intoxication.
Okay, all right. Very different things.
Very different things.
I'm guessing you get a fun game for the whole family that little Timmy and Aunt Gromlin could watch together in harmony and peace.
All right, let me add one more thing to this.
Oh boy, this
is in Cleveland.
Joint night.
The Rangers are up 5-1.
What inning?
It just says early. It doesn't tell me the inning.
5-1. All right, okay. You can still come back from that. All right.
Anyway, trouble ensued.
Uh-huh.
After a line drive hit a Rangers player, the crowd was shouting to hit him again.
Great.
And then shortly after, a woman ran out onto Cleveland's on-deck circle, flashed her boobs, and tried to kiss an umpire.
Did it work?
Not long after that, a man streaked to second base, sliding into the base completely naked.
All right.
Just think about where that dirt went. Not good spots.
All right.
Ending later, a father and son duo ran onto the field and mooned the crowd.
Great. Love this.
Firecrackers started going off, and the fans in the stands got more and more drunk. As this went on, people left, especially families and the more sober attendees. More fans started running onto the field and disrupting play, and then food began being thrown at Rangers players.
All right, good.
After a call in favor of the Rangers, firecrackers and random objects started being thrown at the Rangers players and into their bullpen and dugout. By the 7th inning, any sober person was long gone, and anyone left was 3 sheets to the wind.
3 sheets to the wind. I haven't heard that one before. It's one of those 70s sayings, you know.
While the fans were distracting the Rangers team with their antics, the Guardians were catching up in runs. And by the bottom of the 9th, the score was tied 5-5. And you know what's great about going into extras?
What?
More beers flowing, baby.
Yeah. They didn't cut anyone off. They didn't run out of beer. How much? Wait, how? That's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of beer.
How are they even keeping that much beer?
This is the 70s.
What does that mean?
That was
barrels were bigger in the 70s. Liquid was denser in the 70s. Actually, it was a crazy physical situation.
Alcohol was the fun times. The only fun times.
I suppose. At least people now are realizing, well, not everyone, but that alcohol not so good for you.
But anyway, after Cleveland had tied the game, a 19-year-old fan named Terry Urick ran onto the field and attempted to steal outfielder Jeff Burrows' cap. He's a Texas player. Urick dropped the hat as he picked it up, Burrows kicked at him, stumbling in the process. Texas manager Billy Martin and his players then ran on the field with some bats, thinking Burrows had been attacked. Then, intoxicated fans came on the field, some armed with knives, chains, and clubs, fashioned from portions of the stadium seats they tore apart, surged on the field, and others hurled bottles from the stands.
Oh, my God.
200 fans surrounded the 25 Rangers players, with more fans coming. Realizing that their lives may actually be in danger at this point, manager for the Cleveland team, Ken Aspromonte, ordered his players to grab bats and help the Rangers.
And did they?
Attacking their team's own fans in the process, rioters began throwing steel folding chairs, full-on wrestling match, WWE style. Cleveland's relief pitcher, Tom Hengedorf, was hit in the head by one of them chairs.
Wow.
Hargrove, after subduing one rioter in a fistfight, had to fight another on his way back to the Texas dugout, while Texas catcher and former Cleveland player Duke Sims also wound up getting into a fistfight with the fan. The two teams retreated off the field through the dugouts in groups with players protecting each other.
This is amazing. What inning is it? I'm guessing they finished the game.
The 7th.
Oh, it's a stretch. This is just a stretch, you know? They're going to get back into it, let some tension out, and get back to the game.
Teams fled into their clubhouses, closed and locked the doors, barricaded them with chairs. The crowd pulled up and stole the bases from the infield. Rioters threw a vast array of objects, including cups, rocks, bottles, batteries from radios, hot dogs, popcorn containers, popcorn stands, folding chairs. Umpire crew chief Chalak, realizing that order could not possibly be restored in a timely fashion, forfeited the game in Texas's favor.
Oh, were they even up?
It was tied 5-5.
Well, then this is ridiculous. I say we riot more.
It doesn't stop there, Mark.
Oh, man, I bet that is really...
He, too, then was a victim of the rioters as one struck and cut his head with a part of the stadium seat, and his hand was cut by a rock. He later called the fans uncontrollable beasts and stated that he'd never seen anything like what happened except in a zoo.
I mean, I don't know what zoos this guy been to. I've never seen anything like that.
I haven't seen any of that in zoo.
Look, I'm just saying, you really don't have a lot of good survival skills if you're in Cleveland with everyone after 10-cent beer night and 7 innings of being down, and they just rioted being like, all right, you guys have lost the game. I hope you feel bad about each and every one of yours. It's your fault that you...
Insert the Cleveland tourism video right now.
Really not the best move I can imagine for a guy surrounded by 20,000 drunk, angry fans. Well, actually, they were probably having a great time.
How many of you even remember it?
Yeah, I'm not saying that it was good. I'm saying when the fans were there in the middle of the riot, they were probably having a great time.
Well,
I'm not condoning it. It's just the reality. Humanity really loves a riot.
Anyway, the rioting continued for 20 minutes, at which point I assume people ran out of energy and had nowhere to direct their anger, as everyone they were directing it was fled.
More than 15 minutes.
Joe Trate and Herb Score called the riot live on the radio.
That must have been. Is there a recording of that?
We got to try and find that. Score noted the security guard's inability to handle the crowd. Tate said, all of this is an absolute tragedy. Cleveland players were escorted the Rangers to the team bus. A local sports writer, Dan Collin of the Chronicle-Telegram, attempted to interview fans, but was punched in the face twice.
Again, how do you feel about the current situation, angry mob?
The Cleveland Division of Police finally arrived to restore order and only arrested 9 fans.
Because that's all they could. That's all they could grab.
And you would think it would end there. But because 10-cent beer night went so swimmingly, a second one was held weeks later on July 18th with nearly 42,000 fans attending. Though this time there was a limit of 2 cups per person and 200 police officers at the park.
Oh, man. Well, the trick is you just got to start getting the cops beers, right? So you just start getting this, slipping them beers.
Slip them a doobie.
That's illegal.
We cancel.
I don't think that's gonna get us canceled. Look, like, I don't. I think that even nowadays, any like super uppity politicians like no one can smoke weed is like you smoke weed. You smoke weed. I don't smoke weed.
I have actually still never smoked it.
I've
been contact high.
I don't like
people,
it, but also I don't care. I don't think anybody cares. Who cares? No one cares.
As long as you're not doing it and driving, just like not drinking it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
that's silly. That's not silly. That's stupid.
Were you able to find a recording at all?
No.
Damn.
Well, I mean, there are videos about it, but it's other people telling the story. I don't know if it's actually the recording.
Official broadcast 10-cent beer night would be what I'd look. I found it.
Well, he's got it.
Who were fighting each other last week, our Rangers and the Indians who were fighting each other last week are now standing back to back down there, and Tom Hilgendorf's been hit on the head, and Hilge is in definite pain. He's bent over holding his head. Somebody hit Hilgendorf on the head. Oh, this is absolute tragedy. Absolute tragedy. The unbelievable thing is people keep jumping out of the stands after they see what's going on. There's no way I'm going to run out on the field if I see some baseball player waving a bat out there looking for somebody. And now we got another fight going with fans and ball players. Hargrove has got some kid on the ground, and he is really administering abuse. This fella came up and hit him from behind is what happened. Boy, Hargrove really wants a piece of him. And I don't think Jim's down there going, yeah, Duke has been on it. Here we go again. I am surprised that the police in the city of Cleveland have been called here, where we have the makings of a pretty good riot. We have a pretty good riot.
There's some historic baseball stories. You think we'll ever see 10-cent beer night again?
No. With this inflation, no.
No way. No how. No, with this amount of corporate greed at the higher ups, no way.
I don't even think corporate greed could stop. Even if every corporation was as generous as could be, I don't think 10-cent beer night could happen again.
Correct. But the oil issue, though, did you know that oil barrel costs has not increased since 2014, yet the price of gasoline at the station has gone up so incredibly?
I haven't had a gas car since
That's fair.
2014. I'm better than you.
I don't have a car.
No, I'm better than you.
So many people so many people missed you so much that they were threatening to stop listening to the podcast unless you came back.
Such a dumb stance. So stupid.
Like, Mark's not there. I don't want to listen.
This is very dumb.
So say hi to all your faithful fans.
I already said you're dumb.
But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys can enjoy your own brewskis and stay at home and stay safe if you are of legal drinking age and choose to enjoy it. I'm sober this year. I'm not drinking at all. But make sure and check out the merch stored at gmfst.com if it's up now. hit us with the Reddit with some episode ideas. If you have some fun, chaotic, historic stories about sports that you want us to talk about, please share them in the episode idea tab.
That would always be welcome. Reddit.com/r/gmfst.
And other than that, follow us, the podcast. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. We're on YouTube as well. So go and check that stuff out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.